From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Toni-Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, reunited and it feels so good. Episode 362 of the Disney Crush Podcast, Dave and Toni-Ann, Shoot the Breeze, is starting right now.
Toni-Ann, thank you for that wonderful intro. It was a little creepy, but...
Because my microphone fell in my lap?
Well, no, not that part, but... no, it's just, I don't know. This is kind of creepy.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Yeah, that part was a little creepy. Yeah.
Peaches and herb.
No, it's kind of weird to be back. We were just talking before we started recording that Toni-Ann said I didn't almost know what to do. Like I plugged everything in, and I'm the same way. Because I'm in a remote destination recording now, not in my studio, so everything's kind of weird and out of place. But
Andy's still texting.
He knows what time it is. Thank you, Andy. Yeah. Andy,
okay, let's see if we'll pick up. Call Andy. We haven't done this in a long time. Well, he's not going to be able to hear you, Dave.
That's okay. You just talk. You just repeat what I'm saying. I don't know. Oh, he can text you, but he can't pick up the freaking phone.
Exactly. Oh, he just sent me a message. Currently eating dinner. He doesn't want to be disturbed during dinner.
Oh, but don't disturb us while we're podcasting. We're recording.
Thank you.
Andy, sorry that we're disturbing your dinner. But we were recording a podcast and I got a little dingle. It's my fault. I left my ringer on, but I just like to blame you. All right. Hope you enjoy your dinner. Eat a lot of red meat. Bye.
Yeah. I hope that steak is medium rare.
He's gonna be so sad that he missed our call.
I know. Well, he'll probably call back. No, he'll call back. He's got to get his 2 minutes in for sure.
Hey.
How are you, Toni-Ann?
Great. You can't hear Dave, but he's here. He can hear you.
Well, that's good. How is Dave doing?
He's all right. He's in the camper. And we're recording our first podcast in about 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. I think it's been 2 weeks. But we didn't even know how to plug our equipment in because we forgot. It's been so long.
It sounds like a personal problem.
So what are you eating for dinner, Andy?
I made meatball subs.
I told you it was going to be red meat, Dave.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yeah, meatball subs.
Yep. So, wanted something a little different, but, nothing too crazy.
Good. All right.
What are you guys talking about tonight?
We're just okay. If I said reunited and it feels so good, would you think that was creepy? Because that's what I said. That we're just kind of getting back together. Recount.
That's how I feel when we get together, like with our friends at Disney, because then I get that song in my head. That's the only parts of the lyrics I know, but that's how I feel.
Okay. Well, I kind of felt the same way, but I just felt a little creepy.
Fun recording. Well, I can't wait to listen.
Okay. He's saying he's having dinner. Have fun. Bye. All right. He doesn't want his dinner disturbed. You could tell he was rushing us off.
I could tell he wasn't very excited about being on the show. So there you go. Okay. Well, there's that. So I was doing some prep before the show, Toni, and I thought, these hurricanes, and thinking back on past hurricanes, and I got a little bit of info. Did you know that there's been 500 tropical cyclones or hurricanes in the state of Florida? More storms hit Florida than any other state, which kind of makes sense. And since 1851, only 18 hurricane seasons passed without a known storm impacting the state. All those storms through all those years have resulted in over 10,000 deaths.
Oh.
Yikes. And I know you're going to remember the year 2004.
Mm-hmm.
A hurricane almost like this one. We had one week and then one the next week.
Yeah.
That was like every weekend for, I don't know, for a month. We had, let's see, August 12th, we had Bonnie. August 13th, we had Charlie. September 5th, we had Ivan. No, I'm sorry. What did I say? August 12th, we had Bonnie. August 13th, we had Charlie. September 5th, we had Francis.
Mhm.
September 16th, we had Ivan. Bad one. September 25th, we had Jeannie. And then October, I think it was 16th, we had Matthew, which was another big one.
That was a bad one.
Yeah. Just one storm after another.
That year,
Terrible year.
That year I was working in the hospital, and I remember it because when you work in the hospital, you still have to go in, and I would go in, and I didn't know if at the end of my shift if I'd be able to go home, because if the weather was bad, you couldn't leave, and the people relieving you couldn't get there to relieve you, so it was rough. But yeah. My job now is different, but stressful in a different way. I said to my husband and to some other people, this was the most stressful week I've had at work in my whole career. In my 20 years as a nurse, this was the most stressful week as a nurse. So, because all of my patients had to evacuate. And when you think about hospice patients, there's a lot of logistics that have to go into it, because these people some of them can't just get in the car. They have to be medically transported. And the medical transport, we couldn't get gas. A lot of us couldn't find gas. The medical transport company couldn't find. They ran out of gas. They were moving people, and they said, "We're sorry, we can't get the rest. We don't have gas." And I was like, "What do you mean you can't get the rest? They have to evacuate." It was a whole mess. And then the oxygen company ran out of portable oxygen.
Boy.
It was a mess, Dave. It was a real mess.
This is the 17th. We're recording this on the 17th. And as of just yesterday or day before, the lines at the gas stations have just went down.
Yeah.
So since the hurricanes, there was, I don't want to exaggerate, but there was long lines just to try to get gas. And Veronica and I were driving from the beach back to inland a little bit, and we saw mail trucks in the line. So like, why is there a mail truck in the line? Don't they have like stations at their work, or maybe they got flooded, or they didn't have any gas? I don't know. But there was actually mail trucks in the line.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Well, as an essential worker, the really funny thing is they did have special gas depots set up for people like medical people, essential workers. But it was in Tampa, and it was like, well, it's going to cost me more in gas to get to the gas station. I'm going to waste gas getting there. And then you have to sit in line and wait. Right. I did get 10 gallons of free gas yesterday though, but that was for everyone. That wasn't just for essential workers. There were other stations set up around the state. It was in the mall parking lot. It took me about 30 minutes, drove through like a maze of cars to get, and they had police officers. You saw the patrol cars from all over the state, from counties I never even heard of. But that's what made the kind of the maze to drive through, was all these police cars from all over the state.
How long did you have to wait in line for your 10?
It was 30. It took 30 minutes, but it moved the whole time. So it was, it wasn't bad. And then,
well,
they had like 6 tanker trucks, and you pulled up to a truck and filled up.
Before the storm hit, rounded up every gas can we could. And I got like 50 gallons.
Wow. That's a lot of gas.
I put some in the RV because we have a generator in our RV.
Right.
So that, we lost power. So I was lucky enough to have the generator in that. And then I got extra gas in case family or anybody, needed it. I had it. But anyway, so now I'm using that. Now I'm just.
You got to get rid of it. You can't let it go bad. So.
Yeah. So I'm putting that in the cars now. But anyway, we're safe. Everything's good.
That's the most important thing.
Lost some stuff, but it's just stuff, and that can be replaced, and we're all safe, and that's the biggest thing. And a lot of people aren't as lucky.
Right.
But on that note, Toni-Ann, what you got for this week?
So now to get to something totally frivolous, let's talk.
Why not? Let's just
let's talk about our favorite subject and get off the serious stuff for a minute. So Disney actually, they did pretty good during the storm. They stayed open on Wednesday. The storm hit Wednesday night. They stayed open until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, depending on the parks. They had like staggered closings. They did great with their guests, from what I'm hearing. They had, I saw the peanut butter and jelly kits, which were $10 for a full-size jar of peanut butter, full-size jar of jelly, and a whole loaf of bread. And really, when you think about in the past, I'm thinking back to 2004, that year with all those storms, they were not prepared, and they were like they were like price gouging people for ham sandwiches for like $20.
Oh yeah, and I was looking forward to I don't want to say bashing them, but crushing them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, making fun of, and then saying, there, here you go again, trying to money grab.
But
and then you posted that about the peanut butter and jelly, and I was like, wow, that is not bad. Peanut butter and jelly.
I looked up the prices in the grocery store, and it came out to, they were selling it for $10. I looked up Walmart. It came to $9.97. So they were selling it at what you would pay in the grocery store. Mm-hmm.
A whole loaf of bread.
I think it was more, it was like one of those service industry loaves. So I think it was more, they had ham sandwiches and turkey sandwiches, and those were, it was like a lunch box. It was like $6, and it had a sandwich and a bag of chips and a bottle of water and an apple or a banana or something. So that was $6. That was fine. I think that was very good.
Was that with people with peanut allergies or something? Nut allergies, maybe?
Well, I don't know about that.
Because then they were out of luck.
That's a problem. I mean, if you're someone who has dietary restrictions, you really need to fend for yourself in those situations. And luckily with hurricanes, you have a few days warning. So I've always said, if you see that there's a hurricane coming, you need to get yourself to a store and get what you need if you can't just make do with what's offered.
Yeah, that's a thing. And we talk about this, I think we talked about in the past for sure, because we've been doing this show for a long time when we talked about hurricanes before, because we've had them.
Mm-hmm.
Why we've been doing, since we've been recording the show 6 years or so. And we've always said that we have plenty of time. There is no reason for anybody, you have so much time to prepare for these things, like unlike earthquakes or tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
But the hurricane, you pretty much know 2 days out that it's coming, or you got a very good possibility that's going to hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can prepare for those.
Be aware, because a lot of us rely on these services like Instacart and Uber and things like that. They stopped. I know, like I had a Kroger order now I had set it up for delivery on Monday for Tuesday, and they canceled it on me. So be aware that you can't wait too long. If you're not going to get in the car yourself and go to the store, and even around here, the grocery stores closed, like I think Tuesday night at 5:00. And that was it. They were closed. And the storm wasn't coming until Wednesday night.
And then it was slim pickings after the hurricane, because it was, and people are just so, I don't know. I went to the store to get eggs. And of course there was no eggs. And and I went to Walmart, and Walmart has a huge selection for eggs.
Yeah.
Normally.
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't a box. There wasn't even one egg. And people were complaining. I'm like, what are you complaining about? Go get something else.
The trucks probably couldn't get in.
Anyway, we're going back on the hurricane. We said we're going to stop. Okay.
Yeah, no, they were good. And they, of course, they had the activities, they had the characters come to the lobbies, they had things like that. But you have to there were some people complaining. I saw on Facebook people that were like that. I'm at All Stars and I don't, I was told to stay in my room, and are they going to feed us? And it was like, you have to, first of all, they hadn't told them to stay in their room yet. The person was just kind of being a nervous Nelly and staying in her room before the storm had even come. So then, we said, you need to go to the lobby and get yourself some food. And so you have to advocate for yourself. Disney, I think they do the best they can, but they're not overall, they're responsible for all of their employees and all of their guests. So if things aren't exactly perfect during the hurricane, you need to give them some grace.
Exactly.
So anyway, David, Disney has a lot of news come out in the last couple of weeks that we've kind of missed. Right now, there was an announcement that Big Thunder Mountain is going to be closing January 6th for over a year, because they say it's going to be closed January 6th until sometime in 2026. So it's pretty much going to be over a year. And it says there will be new magical enhancements when it reopens. What they have to, infrastructure wise, they've already said that Villain's Lair and whatever they're going to call it, the Villain's Land and Cars Land, they're going to be using that area beyond Big Thunder Mountain in some way. And right now, when you get to Big Thunder Mountain and you keep walking and you walk past Big Thunder Mountain, there's a dead end. So I think they need to work, because I think they're going to get rid of that dead end. When they close Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Bell and the Rivers of America, that dead end's not going to be a dead end anymore. So
yeah, we talked about that before, that when all this stuff came out.
Yeah.
And that's a no-brainer there, because that's just a dead end.
That they're going to be working on that. And they're probably, one thing they can be working on is the queue, maybe, because right now the queue is not handicapped accessible. I could be totally off base with this, but that is something they might be working on. Mandy said the ride in California, I haven't been on it. Haven't been there yet because nobody loves me, my husband. I'm kidding. She said there's a rainbow effect in the ride that she thinks maybe they might bring here. So maybe there's going to be a PhotoPass picture, because Disney loves their PhotoPass pictures. It could be a bunch of things. I don't think it's going to be a big change to the ride, though.
Well, that's a long time to be down.
Yeah.
So that's pretty major. Well, I guess, because if they do start working on that dead end, they can't have people on the ride.
Yeah.
And coming off, because that's where you kind of come off right there.
Yeah, that is where you come off. That's the exit. So we'll see what they're doing. But
what else you got?
Well, there was a big announcement. I got to pull it up. The big announcement was this Premier Lightning Lane. Did you see about it? I know you've been a little busy.
Yeah, researched a little bit about it.
So the Premier Lightning Lane is for people staying in deluxe resorts and
select hotels.
Which is, I looked it up. It's the Swan Reserve, the Dolphin, and Shades of Green. Those are the select hotels. Beginning October 30th, 2024, they will begin piloting the rollout of Lightning Lane Premier Pass with very limited quantities for guests staying at Disney Deluxe Resorts, Deluxe Villa Resorts, and other select hotels. So by calling it a pilot program and saying very limited, so does that mean that you're going to have to rush to get it if you want it? Or are they saying that it's piloting, they're doing a pilot program, but eventually they'll bring it to other resorts like moderates or values? I don't know what they mean by pilot program and very limited quantities.
Well, yeah, I think this is a test run, and then eventually they'll probably go to moderates. Eventually, if it works out, and their money that they're going to accumulate through all this, which they will. Mm-hmm. Call it a money grab, call it what you want. It's another way for them to grab another chunk of money from people. But look, Disney has been behind the ball, if you will, for because Universal and all those other parks already do something similar. Right. So
it will be valid for use in one park only of the guest choice per day. So there's no hopping with this. You will be able to ride each ride one time without making any reservations so you just show up and ride every single Lightning Lane ride in the park. And Michael's here. Great. Okay. Touchdown, Mike. Everybody missed you. Say hi.
Is he watching football? Is it Thursday night football tonight?
I don't know. He's not watching football.
So
are you going to ARC tomorrow?
So
you going tomorrow? Okay.
So after this, After this, may we, in this place.
I have no idea what you just said.
After this, may we order pizza, please?
You want to order pizza?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe this weekend. Okay? You and Dom can have pizza this weekend one day.
Thanks.
Okay?
Mike, Mike, will please stop asking me About or pizza, okay?
Okay.
About or pizza, okay?
All right. Can me and Uncle Dave record?
I says, all says that after dance,
Yeah.
may we order pay, please? Was I yes?
Maybe this weekend you and Dom could order pizza.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Let me and Uncle Dave finish, okay?
As a cash,
Just order my pizza right now.
Okay.
Just tell them just order.
We had pizza for lunch.
Well,
So
it's a pizza day. Pizza for breakfast, pizza for lunch.
Close the
pizza-
door. Close the door.
But just
Please close it.
but investigate.
I know tomorrow's dance day. I know.
But investigate.
Yes.
Just yes.
There's always pizza at the dance too, remember? Yeah. Okay. All right.
And that
I-
was Michael's minute.
So basically, the Premier Pass, the Premier Lightning Lane Pass is you get to ride every ride in one park, every Lightning Lane ride in one park, one time, without making any reservations. So you just show up whenever you want to and ride the rides in any order you want to, every ride in that park on that day. So you can show up at rope drop or you could show up at 2:00 in the afternoon, whatever meets your needs, which is, I think people that are not going to rope drop, this might be a good thing for. And it includes the single Lightning Lane rides, which are Tron, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Flight of Passage, and Guardians. And what's the other one? Rise of the Resistance. So it includes every ride in the park, whether it's a multi-pass Lightning Lane or a single-pass Lightning Lane.
Are you ready to talk about the price yet?
Yeah, let's talk about the price.
Ooh, get ready. Per person now.
So the price is $129 to $449 a day. And I happen to have the prices. It's the $129 a day is for Animal Kingdom on the least peak day of the year. And the $449 is Magic Kingdom on the most peak day of the year. Animal Kingdom will be $129 to $199. Epcot will be $169 to $249. Hollywood will be $269 to $349. And Magic Kingdom on its cheapest day, so on some random Thursday in September, like a not peak time, $329 to $449, which will probably be the, Christmas, that kind of thing. So $329 is the cheapest you're getting this for Magic a day.
And that's
Per person.
Per
Per person.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine $400 for per person, a family of 4? Hello?
Yeah. So, but let me talk to you about something, Dave.
Okay, talk to me. I'm already out. I've already checked out.
We're out. We're out. This is not for this is not for
out.
this is not for us.
No.
This is not for us. But people are saying nobody's going to pay that. That's ridiculous. No. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Dave, since COVID, I know that I have, and I'm sure you have too, noticed an increased number of plaids in the park. I've noticed more and more people on VIP tours than I ever did before COVID.
I see them all the time.
All the time.
Where you hardly ever saw them.
Right.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. So people, there is a market for this, because if people are taking VIP tours, this is cheaper than a VIP tour. And I'll be honest with you, after doing our VIP tour a couple of years ago that we did, this is, I think, probably a more relaxed pace, because you can do this in your own pace without worrying about wasting VIP time. Like, I remember when we did the VIP tour, we were all sure to eat before we did it. We didn't want to stop. Stopping for the bathroom was a hassle, and we didn't want to waste any of our precious 7 hours of VIP time. I think this would make for a more relaxing day. I show up when I feel like it. I stop and eat, and I still get to ride everything in the park. A VIP tour on one of the days when it would be $329 per person, a VIP tour on the low peak days is $450 an hour. It's good for up to 10 people. but it's a minimum of 7 hours. And the suggested tip is 1 hour of the tour for the guide. So that comes to $3,600 for 10 people. So that's so that would be $360 a person on the cheapest day, and this is $329 a person. But most of us aren't going to have. Most people don't have 10 friends. We did the VIP tour. We had 10 friends. We split it 10 ways. A lot of families don't have 10 people and aren't splitting that $3,600 10 ways. So if they're a family of 4, they're splitting $3,600 4 ways. It's more than $400. It's more than $329 a person. It's what is that? It's $900 a person. So for a family of 4, this makes a lot more sense than a VIP tour. And it's at their own pace, and they stop when they want to, and they pee when they want to, and they eat when they want to, and they're not worried about wasting their precious 7 hours of VIP time. On the most expensive VIP day, which is $950 an hour times 7 hour minimum plus an extra hour for tip, is $7,600. So $7,600 on the most expensive VIP tour days, $950 an hour. And, for that 700. So if you had 10 people, that would be $760 a person. And if you're doing the Mac Daddy Premier Pass at Magic Kingdom on the most expensive day, it's $449. So it's it's $300 a person less than it would be to do a VIP tour. There is definitely a market for this. Absolutely, because it's cheaper than a VIP tour. And for me personally, I think for the money, I would rather do this Premier Pass thing, because we felt like we had to maximize our time with that VIP tour. It was go, go, go.
Oh yeah. It was a rush.
Right.
Rush.
Yeah. And I mean, there were 30 of us, which, it made it a bigger problem because we had 30 people trying to pee at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but I think I would, if I was bringing my rich uncle to Disney and I wanted to impress him and he said money was no object, I would definitely do this and be able to show him the time of his life. And we'd stop and eat, and we'd stop and pee, and we'd ride everything in the park without having to be any one place at one time. That is probably the most stressful part of a Disney vacation right now, is if you're doing it, not like we do it a little different because we're regulars and locals. But if you're doing it for your once a year or once in a lifetime trip, okay, at 10:05, we have to be at Slinky Dog. At 12:15, we have an Oga's Cantina reservation. At 1:00, we have Rise of Resistance. This is so much more pliable that, I slept in. I get to sleep in and still ride everything.
Right. Totally.
So I think there's definitely a market for this. And other people are like, nobody's going to pay that. I really think they are.
Well,
I really think they are.
Yeah, there's been a big not backlash, but a lot of people are, they're not wrong in the pricing right now. Everything's gone up. People are saying they're nickel and diming us. And, there's been so many things on social media lately about people dropping their annual passes, or they're going to, because Disney just priced them out. And we've been kind of talking about it ever since the great unpleasantness, and everything is going up. Absolutely everything is going up. And I got a text the other day, and I'm not going to say who it's from, Hanover Fist, but let me just read this to you.
Okay.
There's been a lot of talk lately about Disney pricing and how expensive it has gotten. One of the pricing principles Disney parks use is the 40% rule in economics. The 40% pricing rule is a principle used in economics and businesses to determine optimal pricing strategies, particularly for goods or services aimed at higher end markets, i.e. the people Disney is trying to attract to their parks and who will spend money. According to this rule, if 40% of the target market or population is unable to afford the product, due to its price, then the price point is likely set correctly. The idea behind this rule is that a price should be high enough to signal exclusivity, value, or premium quality, yet still accessibility to 60% of the target audience. Think about the nostalgia Disney represents and how it's a premium brand, and then think about the amount of people you know that have been. They are purposely pricing out 40% of the population. And by doing this, Disney ensures that they are maintaining a level of scarcity and prestige, which can make the product more desirable to those who can afford it. This strategy is often applied to luxury goods, niche markets, or innovative products.
Yep.
So that's just basically what you said, but just a little bit more technical, Toni-Ann.
Yeah. No, you got it. I think definitely people will pay for this. And I can even see in the back of my mind a scenario where I might, for something special, for some special reason, do it, on occasion. Not every trip, definitely not. But, Disneyland came out with a similar product. They're going to be doing Premier Lightning Lanes too. And I think if I go to California, if I make that, and this is something it's a bucket list thing for me. I need to get there. It's my Mecca. If I go there, I'm definitely going to do it there.
Yeah.
I'd be silly not to.
Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense. Right.
I'm going to spend all this money to go to California, and I'm going to buy tickets, and I'm going to stay at the hotel, and I want to ride everything at least once. Right. So I'm going to do it.
And even though you've been a Disney, you've frequented Disney World for years and years, you haven't been to Disneyland. So it's a whole different animal.
Right. So. And you know what? There are people that feel the same way about World. People coming from other countries, people doing once in a lifetime trips. People, grandma and grandpa's 50th anniversary. Yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah. We're going to do it. One day we're going to just go all out. And so, yeah, there's definitely people that would do it. And there are actually, in the back of my mind, occasions where I, myself, who is not rich, would consider, I'm not like I said, I'm not going to do it every trip, but is there a special occasion or, is there someone special enough in my life coming that might, I might warrant it? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, is this a money grab by Disney? Sure. Absolutely, it's a money grab.
They're a business.
Right. And does Disney make mistakes sometimes? Absolutely, they make mistakes sometimes. Let's think about the cabanas. I mean, who
those are ridiculous.
Said that is a good idea?
Yeah,
we're going to put cabanas throughout the parks, and people are paying me premium money. Oh, come on!
I think they were misguided. Those cabanas. I think they need. You know what? Having little nap pods is not a bad idea, but they need to not be like easy up. What do you call those? Canopy things. They need. They need to. Yeah, they need to be something built in.
Oh God.
I think having, I think Disney has realized that now they're making more lounges. They're making more exclusive lounges. They did just announce a new program for DVC members, which I don't know how much you want to touch on that. The same day they announced the Premier Lightning Lanes, they announced a upgrade to your DVC membership, which includes more perks.
Right.
And
fee,
right. But you know what? It's $99 a year. I don't think that's crazy.
Not bad. I mean, if you're going all in for DVC, you might as well just go ahead and get that too, right?
Yeah, it's not crazy. And
no, it's not. That one I was surprised about the price. I was like, oh.
So let me see. Membership Magic and Beyond. Take your experience further. Membership Magic Beyond is a yearly enhanced benefit package that gives you special ways to elevate your family stays. Eligible members can purchase for $99. You can buy specially priced 5-day Disney World tickets, 3-day Disneyland tickets. I don't know what specially priced means. We'll have to see. You receive a 30-day memory maker, which a lot of us have on our annual passes, but not everyone. They're going to have characters.
Because some people don't even know. Like,
Tori.
friends of ours like Tori Hunt.
That you could put for $99. You could have it put on your annual pass. Yeah. Special characters meets at the Disney Vacation Club Imaginatrium, which is the new name for the DVC lounge in Epcot. So there's going to be characters there that only the people with this Magic Beyond DVC membership get to see, available 7 days a week. Then in the Imaginatrium, which is the DVC lounge at Epcot, there'll be a special area for the special people. The member can bring up to 4 guests, and there's going to be a new member lounge in 2025 in Magic Kingdom. That's the one that's taking the place of the shooting gallery. You can now use points. They'll be able to use points to buy their sorcerer pass, which I don't know if that's the best use of points. You'll have to figure that out for yourself.
Yeah.
And
I don't know that that's going to be, that might not work so much.
And a bonus one-time use point for each one-time use point purchased. So up to 12 points. So I'm not getting into the weeds with that because I've never understood that. But when I need to, when I buy my DVC, I'll learn.
Hurry up and do it. You're running out of time. The clock's ticking.
No, my friend Deirdre told me that I can buy it as an old lady. I've always said you can't. Yeah, I don't want to buy it because I'm over 50 now. But Deirdre said she was 59 when she bought it. So she said you're not too old.
Okay.
So
no, she's making use of it.
Yeah. And and you have your $95 transaction fee will be waived when booking Disney Collection resorts, including Adventures by Disney, Disney Cruise Line, and National Geographic expeditions. So so for $99. But what were we saying? We were talking about that there's a market for everything.
Mm-hmm. Not everything.
Okay.
But cabanas. But there's a market for a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And in life, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time you get what you pay for.
The one thing I did hear repeatedly the other day when this news came out was that Universal does this for their deluxe hotel guests for free. That a very, very similar service is included with one night in a deluxe resort at Universal. You get front of the line access for every ride, most rides in the park. Mm-hmm. And it's actually good for the day of arrival and the day of departure. So you're actually getting 2 days included with one night at the hotel. So there's that. But so when people say, Universal's Express Pass is still more expensive than this, and it is, but if you're staying at a deluxe hotel, it's not. And this is only for deluxe hotel guests at Disney. So it's not apples to apples. At Universal, for those guests, it's still free. That's something to think about. Disney's going to have to step and fetch in the next couple of years with Epic Universe opening up. So,
oh yeah, that's a major deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to go over there once it opens, Dave.
Oh, I know. I keep saying we're gonna go over there. Yeah, that's gonna be a major deal.
Also, people were losing their I was very sad to have missed this piece of business because of the storms. Facebook was losing its ever-loving mind because Gwendolyn Rogers Cake Bake Shop is almost ready to open. They've been doing cast member previews, and the menu boards are up and posted, and people are freaking out about the prices, Dave.
Well, everything's going up.
Well, here's the thing. That $10 peanut butter and jelly bag with the whole loaf of bread and the whole jar of peanut butter and the whole jar of jelly, that $10. At this restaurant, the kids menu shows a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for $18.
Okay.
So
is it toasted with bacon on it? Then it's worth it.
We don't know, Dave. We don't know anything yet. We haven't even gotten pictures. Yeah.
If it's an elevated peanut butter and jelly sandwich, then it might be worth $18. I might pay $18 for a peanut butter and jelly.
It's raspberry jam. The children's,
I'm not much for raspberry. I like grape.
The children's menu includes buttered noodles for $18. Buttered noodles. a grilled cheese for $18, a ham sandwich, a turkey sandwich, hamburger sliders. They're all $18. And the one that people laughed about was the peanut butter and jelly. I think the buttered noodles actually is more.
That's more
because
obnoxious, yes.
think how much pasta actually costs for a kid's portion, and then you just put a little butter on it.
Right. That's like paying $13 for popcorn at a movie theater.
But people are freaking out about that, and a Coke is $8. But this restaurant, there are 2 locations in Indiana. They are not cheap. The Indiana locations are not cheap. So they took this expensive restaurant from Indiana, brought it to Disney, where they now have to pay Disney rent. So the high prices in Indiana are going to be even higher here. And somebody told me, I forget who it was, that Disney not only gets rent, they get a percentage of the sales.
Ooh.
Somebody told me that. So you're paying all this exorbitant rent and you have to give them a piece of your till. So that might be why, people are saying, oh, a piece of cake is $18. A piece of cake is $18. Yeah. No, 22. Well, I'm sorry. A piece of cake is $22.
Oh my gosh. Well, but it's the 40% rule.
It's a 40% rule, like you said. And it's a big piece of cake and it's shareable. So like I was talking to Heather Capel about this place because she's been to the one in Indiana. So has Deirdre. And the cake there is like $18. But Heather said 4 of us could share a piece of this cake.
And that peanut butter jelly sandwich is probably on thick sourdough bread or some thick French bread. I
don't know.
It's probably hand ground back there in the back, the peanut butter.
I mean, people are saying no. People are saying nobody's going to go here. No, people are going to go there. People go to Gideon's. People line up for Gideon's every day to pay $6 for a cookie. And I think this will be a similar phenomenon. Mm-hmm. The thing I don't see is there's a breakfast and brunch menu. There's a lunch menu. I don't see the menu for the tea. I'm curious how much they're going to charge for the afternoon tea, because that's the thing that interests me most, because I really, really miss the afternoon tea at the Grand Floridian.
I know you do.
So, yeah. Belgian waffles, $22. Chocolate Belgian waffles, $22.
They like that 22.
Yeah.
18 and 22, those numbers, they like that.
Broccoli quiche, $28.
Oh, gee. Oh, quiche. Are you serious?
A croque madame is $34. Chicken salad croissant, $26.
It's
now,
almost
wait.
a joke. This is almost a joke.
Dave, but chicken salad croissant, salad is spelled with an E at the end. So that means it's fancy chicken salad, elevated, which makes it worth $26. Elevated, because E is for elevated. That's exactly. It. Chicken salad with an E at the end means it's elevated.
Well, you're just now figuring that out, Toni-Ann. Come on.
$26. Yeah. So, yes. But I think the most insulting thing is the $8 Coke. I really do.
Yeah. How dare they? I don't know. But you know what? There's going to be a line. You're right. There's people going to buy
there's definitely going to be a line. These cakes look really good. There's a millionaire's cake, a pumpkin spice cake, a pumpkin chocolate cake, Gwendolyn's famous Earl's Court chocolate cake, which is 3 layers of Valhalla.
Say that 3 times. Really fast.
Valhalla French chocolate cake filled with Calibou Belgian chocolate ganache and malted chocolate cream. They have a pexi petite.
What?
I don't know what this says.
Petite.
I can't say it. It's like a tongue twister. Pixie Fetti. It's like confetti, but it's Pixie Fetti birthday cake, which is 3 layers of vanilla confetti cake and a hint of almond. Yeah, that one's $22 a slice. And Oprah's O-List mint chocolate chip cake. That is chocolate cake with mint. So it's toothpaste cake, and it's $24 a slice.
Kevin Curacao would love that one, probably.
Yeah. They have cookies. The cookies are $10. The lemon bars are $16. $8 for a croissant. But we'll see. But people are saying nobody's going to go there. Yes, they are. And I know for a fact I'm going to go there. And I know it's expensive, but I know I'm going to go there. I know I'm going to go there. So I'm not even going to.
We're going to go and have the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's what we're going to do. I
Do you know
want to have an $18 peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's going to be a thing on social media. People going to get the $18 peanut butter. It'll be funny if they say you can't order that because it's on the kids menu. No, you can't have the $18 peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying no. People are going to go get the $18 butter noodles just to.
I would definitely have them put bacon. My cat's attacking my leg. Oh.
Well, actually, I think I could find you what a side of bacon costs because I think it was on the menu. Yes,
well, I would definitely have them add that for sure.
Applewood smoked bacon, $8.
Ooh, that's going on it. Absolutely going on it.
Now you're up to $26 for your peanut butter.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's all for social media and our friends and our listeners.
Okay,
that's what we're going to do it for.
All right.
And it's probably a big piece. It's probably, like I said, it's probably thick bread and big, and we could probably share it between 4 people. I'm hoping
it's a kids menu item. I don't think so.
That's right. I forgot it's the kids menu.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. Well, whatever.
But I think that. But like I said, the restaurant in Indiana. Wait a minute. I just bear with me.
You're asking a lot.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay. So David, just for example, that chicken salad croissant, which is $26 at the Boardwalk, the same chicken salad with an E at the end, croissant in Indiana is $20. So there's a $6 upcharge for eating the chicken salad at the Boardwalk in Walt Disney World.
Well, you're at the Boardwalk. You got to pay for the Boardwalk.
The children's buttered noodles in Indiana are $13. So you're paying $5 more for being at the Boardwalk in Disney.
Well, those upcharges are Disney's cut. See,
wait, I have breaking news here though. In Indiana, you can't get the peanut butter and raspberry jam sandwich because they have peanut butter and blackberry jam sandwiches for $13. So it's $5 less, but it's not raspberry, it's blackberry.
I think I'd rather have blackberry.
I don't know. Yeah, so it's a $5 difference basically for being on Disney property over the Indiana stores.
Well, you gotta pay that price if you want it.
And I'm curious how much the tea is because afternoon tea is $65 a person in Indiana, which is reasonable compared to any tea I've had at Disney. So I'm sure in Disney it'll be upwards of 100.
95, yeah.
Because I'm trying to remember the last time I had tea at the Grand Floridian. I want to say it was like $100 person, if not more. I know the one I had at the beach club, there was one year, it was the best tea I've ever been to. It was at the beach club. It was years ago now. If I look in my thing, and if I look at my phone, why is it pulling up pictures of you? Because it knows I'm talking to you. It's so weird how messed up Here it is. So it looks like it was May 7th, 2016. It was in the Crescent Solarium at the beach club. And it was a very limited thing. And it was really good. And it was I know it was $110 a person in 2016. So yeah. So if she's only charging $65 for tea in Indiana, it's going to be way more in Florida. That's what I want to do is the tea because I really missed high tea at Disney. So anyway, Dave, that's really, there's other things going on. I know there's other stuff that I wanted to talk to you about that I'm forgetting, but I think the lesson is there are people that are going to pay these prices for all of it. For everything that people are saying nobody's going to go, nobody's going to buy it, yes, they are. Yes, they are. If these holiday parties have taught us anything, they sell out at $300 a ticket or whatever it is now.
Yeah, right. That's That was a big one.
200.
We really saw that.
Yeah, they are going to. People are going to go. People will buy this service, and
Yeah, the 40% rule, and people were saying they're not going to pay it, and you said, "Oh yes, they will. Oh yes, they will." And sure enough, they were sold out.
oh, those parties. Oh yeah.
Yep. It's the 40% rule. And that's what they're working on. All right, Toni-Ann. Well, you ready to wrap this up for this week?
Yeah. One thing Disney is right now on Shop Disney pass holders save 25%. So they're giving us something.
Thank you, Disney. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Thank you, guys. It's been kind of weird being here. Really, kind of strange. What is this thing in front of me? Is that a mic? What is that? What is that thing sticking on my face? All right, Toni. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this week's Disney Crush podcast. It was cool hanging out with you and recording with you, Toni-Ann.
It was great.
Does it feel so good?
We're reunited and it felt so good.
Reunited and it feels so good.
I just saw something I wanted to talk about, but I guess we'll talk about it next week.
What was it? And I'll decide.
Well, you know how people, my rant against the pixie dust that people bring their little bags of glitter and stickers and then leave them around the parks.
Mm-hmm.
In Disneyland, it looks like they're cracking down.
Really?
Yeah, some lady, she picked up one of those bags and security pulled her aside and they accused her of being the one leaving the bags. And she was like, no, I just picked it up. And so in the little bag of glitter, there was like an Instagram page so the guy made her pull up the Instagram and prove that it wasn't her Instagram page or something ridiculous like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Disneyland, it looks like they're trying to get rid of the litterers.
Well, either that or Disney wants pixie dust exclusivity on their own.
That's true.
I mean, it's their thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. All right, Toni-Ann. Well, I'm gonna send some pixie dust your way.
Okay, good. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
And Disney can't do a thing about it. All right. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this week's Disney Crush podcast. So until next week, we will see you next week.
Bye, guys. Remember, the E is for elevated.
Yes. Elevated.
Have a good week.